Hey Mark, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. You're back in the land of the free?
Back on, well, I wouldn't say free though.
I
I'm back. I
knew
wouldn't.
you
I
I knew
hate.
you'd love that.
Yeah, the land of the free. Oh, good God. I could go on about that, but I won't. It'll bore everybody, or I'll piss everybody off on the other. Yeah. So the weather's a little different, but hey, it's May, so let's hopefully we see some better things come along and some nice sunny days. I might go for a paddle tomorrow morning. It's going to be 4 degrees at 6, but sunny.
Yes.
It's a big question mark.
Missed some nice days. There were some nice days.
Yeah, I know. I heard. I saw the forecast and saw some Facebook and other videos of people and pictures of the sun and doing things, but lucky, lucky, lucky.
Yard
So
work.
we're gonna cover off April stats for Barrie. Gonna go through some different price ranges, what's selling, what's not selling, inventory levels, what we're seeing in the market. Yeah, so it'd be kind of interesting to see how April compares to March, see where we are. I know inventory is building. Let's see if we get some sell through in May.
Okay.
Or okay, let's get
Everybody, if you like our stuff, hit the like, subscribe, or drop us a comment if there's something you want us to cover for you. I've covered a few things lately for people.
yeah, that's important, right? Because it answers people's question, and I think
Well,
that's
and
what
if one person has the question, someone else could too.
100%. Oh shit. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
So our sales for the month was 211 this year. Last year, 214.
Yep.
So 1.4% decrease, basically the same.
Yeah, flattened transactions. This isn't prices, this is transactions.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I want to say something though that I don't think people realize is that last year was the lowest year for sales in 25 years.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're either below it or even matching it is still shitty. It's still no good.
You know what? I know, and I just think there's some I really, my opinion is I think there's hard times coming for a lot of people. I really do. If you're watching the financial markets like I'm watching, and you're seeing mega cap tech companies slashing jobs and getting leaner and leaner and there's a reason. And, there's going to come a time, not so much in the US, but in Canada, where our GDP is crap and taxation and more of this. When does it stop? When does McDonald's and Starbucks do shitty on earnings? It's coffee place. It's a Big
Yeah.
Mac. Consumers clawing back, especially in Canada. We're seeing a little bit in the US, but not much. But I'm not surprised. And you think about that, there's still a lot of people trapped in a sense that maybe bought, in 2021, 2022, 2023, when the rates kept going up. They're not going anywhere.
No,
They're
well, no, and that was a big discussion on one of my posts, comments that I got. And I tried to I that's exactly what I said. Like
right.
people that just bought and have a 4 or 5 year mortgage, they can't even afford to go anywhere.
They can't. And would you, let's just say if you had a mortgage and you had a nice fixed rate at 1.75%, are you going to disturb that right now? No, I'll worry about when my term is due in 2026, 2027. I'm going to go out, then I'm making my move. That's what's going to happen.
I know. Because most of the people, if they had to get qualified at 6%,
Right.
they couldn't even get it.
You can't get it. To that point, I met a young couple um, last March, under 30. One's a nurse, good paid job. One's in marketing, no kiddies, both good paying jobs. Got in the market. They built the house, got in the market. I think it was time the house was built. I think it was 2022, but they got in that cheap money frenzy. Their mortgage is like under 2%. And they say, you know what, we might want to buy an investment property. I went to this. And I said, what you guys should be doing right now is pounding the crap out of that mortgage. Because when you renew, you're not getting this. So why
No.
don't you pay down that principal and you have the disposable income to do it? Take on no debt. Don't go buy your new cars, your new trucks. Focus on paying that down because when you renew, could be at 5%. It's going to be a little less maybe, but we don't know. but I'm
We don't know,
very
yeah.
optimistic it's going to be, but still, they're not getting that rate is where I'm going,
Well,
right?
yeah, and their monthly payments are gonna go way higher, and even if they bought an investment property or tried to, they're
Yep,
probably, the bank is gonna probably look at their current mortgage at a higher rate, even
100%.
for qualification, because they can't use the rate they're using now.
Not even close.
No,
Not even close. So, but there's so many people that have kept on, whether they're using their house as ATMs and just living beyond their means, we could say,
yeah.
right? We had that conversation before starting the video. We're going, oh yeah, everyone's doing it. And I know it, but it's just,
Everybody's pulling money out of their house to do renovations, to put in a pool, to put on a roof, to do the siding, to pave the driveway. Everybody's doing that.
and
And
I'm okay with that if you're adding some value to the property.
well, you
But
know
I'm
what though, Mark, with this interest rate, I don't know if people are doing it the way they were 2 or 3 years ago. At 1.79, everybody was doing it.
yeah, they're not doing it now. No
No,
one's taking extra money at this rate. No.
exactly. At this rate, they're not doing it. But
No.
it's just, the reason why I brought this whole thing up is because just before we started this video, there's an agent in Toronto saying over the first 3 months, sales are up 1.2%, 2024, first quarter's doing good, like better. And I'm
Mhm.
thinking, okay, like it's not doing better because last year was the worst year in freaking 25 years. So even if it goes up 1%, it's still no flipping good.
It's flat.
Yeah,
It's
it's
flat.
flat, and people, agents out there, and and I won't mention any names, it's a great time to sell. It's a great time to buy. It's a great time to this.
Yeah, yeah.
The market's doing okay. This is like this false narrative to get people to put a for sale sign up is
Yep.
makes me crazy.
Yeah, I like this one. Sell for more.
Yeah.
How is that agent going to get you more money? They're going to price you out of what the property is worth.
They're going to give you a nice brochure.
A nice brochure, and we've got 10,000 likes on our Facebook page, and we advertise in a real estate book. Oh, okay. So that's worth an extra 20 grand of commissions. Or no, here's a good one. Here's my favorite. Home evaluation in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, that I love that one. But I haven't seen your home, but you're going to say 20 seconds. You just put in your address. Come on, come on.
Oh, I know. It's all just to get leads and get that phone number and get that contact, right?
All it is. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So, folks, I mean, I'm a non-bullshit kind of guy. Call it the way it is. If it's good,
Well, and you
bad,
know
it's
what,
bad.
Mark? As realtors, we get the stats on where people find listings and where houses are sold through. Like, where did they see it? And I can
Realtor.
tell you it's 99.9% because I've seen the stats and I've seen the even on the realtor actually keeps track of these things. And over 90% is on realtor.ca.
I
People
agree.
don't buy houses off of Facebook and Facebook Marketplace.
No, they don't. Let's crack into this.
Okay.
Folks, we got enough.
Actives.
Go.
Active 648 now. Last year, 348. We're seeing a 46% increase. That's humongous.
Same time last year, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that's big. It's big.
That's big.
Yep. And
Average price is basically the same.
flat. Yep. Yep. What's the breakdown from, I see up top.
Okay, so in between 5 and 600, there was 16 sales.
Okay.
Between 600 and 700,
Yep.
50.
Yep.
Between 700 and 800, 39.
Okay.
8 to 900, 35.
Okay.
9 to a million, 16.
Okay.
A million plus, 24.
Yeah, that's a surprising one, but it is a surprising one. It really is. And I've seen a few more for May coming on, as with April's kind of behind us in a sense. So I'm watching the May market more now. Yeah, that's a high number. And I know
Well, Mark, every single month, we've seen the 1 million being the lowest number.
Yes.
And
Yep.
now we've got 900 to a million, only 16.
Yep. I'm going to do some numbers here. Keep
Like
talking.
it's crazy. Like that's a high number.
How many listings in that range?
1 million plus.
Yep. If I'm doing the math, I just it's still 3.7% of the total inventory 648 has sold, right? So it's still a small number, but we're not used to seeing 24. We're used to seeing 10, 12, 50.
Exactly.
So, and again, I've seen some nice properties come up in that range in good areas. And anything in a good area, an example, Blue Water. One came up on Blue Water. Did it sell for? I think it came,
171.
yeah. So, okay, we'll do the number there. Um, a Blue Water, they had a nice above ground, in-ground pool, 2-story, all brick. It sold in days. And I think that, no, sorry, there's another one. They got 960. No, they asked 964, they got $1 million. Sold in a day.
Yeah.
So that one over on Burkall.
That's in May though, right?
In May, but since we're on the topic, listed 999, beautiful bungalow, beautiful street, got it 1,165,000, right? So the right streets will get the right areas are going to get the money,
Yeah.
right?
I'm just shocked because 6 to 7 we got like 50, and then 7 to 8 we're at 39, 8 to 9 35. Like, and it's weird because the 9 to 1 million 16.
Yep.
But I mean, let's see how much inventory is there. Maybe there isn't a lot between 9 and 1 million.
There's not even go 8 to 1 million because we've tracked that quite a bit.
There's 74
Right, the inventory's tight. So back to the
between
$1 million.
8 and 9.
Yep. Not much.
100.
Yeah. So out of that 189 listings, 13% of them are selling,
Mhm.
right? So the other 87% are not selling. That's
Well,
common.
it's just wild to me because this is the first time we've seen a jump in the higher range.
Mhm.
But look at our average price
Yeah.
didn't go up.
No, no, no. And, keep saying this 10 million times. I'm going to say it 10 million and one times. Price it for today's market. Stop looking at last year's or the year before's or whatever. That's the secret. Price it right for the market. And it's still going to take some time in these higher ranges, right?
Yeah,
30.
I think no matter what you do, like in the unless you do like what the Burkall did, where you know
Yep.
they price it low
Yep.
and try to get a war, and because it's so desirable and where it
Correct.
was and what it is, they got the
Correct.
war.
And you can get away with that on a higher range if it's in an area of demand, right? If it's not
Well,
an area of
listen,
demand, it ain't getting
they're also taking a risk. What if it didn't work? How many times do we see it when they do it and it doesn't work, even
I
in a
think
good area?
because the seller has unrealistic expectations. That's why.
Hmm.
Seller didn't have unrealistic expectations. Okay. I talked to a client about that property. She called me when I was away. What can you tell me about Burkhoff? Pulled up. Oh, nice street. They're gonna get more, but I said they're not gonna get 1.2, but they're gonna get 1.1 in change for sure. Showed well. The lot was, I think it was 40 by 113 and 123, not, but it was backing onto like some protected marsh area, which is nice, right? It's on the right side of Burkall. But that
Burkall's an
seller,
expensive street anyway.
it is. But what happens if that seller goes, oh no, I'm expecting 1.3. Sorry, we're not just that strategy is not going to work. We're way out of line.
Yeah.
So good kudos to the agent and good kudos to the seller for pricing it. It worked out, great area, and they weren't expecting something unrealistic.
Hmm.
So, and again, with the low price ranges, we're still seeing lots of activity. We're still seeing some inventory climb as, right
Well,
now.
that inventory climb concerns me a lot. That's a big one because, like with inventory climbing to that degree and sales not.
I know. I look at the long range of it. Ask me in July first end of June and see
Yeah.
what our levels are, right? Because
Okay. I looked up an article and did a little video last week, and what they're saying across Canada. And they are saying right now Ontario is a balanced market. It's not a buyer's, it's not a seller's, it's balanced.
across, but if we go on micro markets and stuff like that, like Barrie, we still got how many days of inventory? Well, we have to go do some calculations. I still think it's more, it's balanced in a sense. I don't think the sellers has an advantage. I don't think the buyer has an advantage. The buyer does have an advantage in higher ranges because of the inventory levels
Yeah.
in the
But
sell through.
but I think they are kind of bang on, because
Yeah.
if we're at 6, even if the inventory is at 6 and we're selling 200, that's 3 months supply. That's 3 to 4 months is a balanced market, right?
Oh, it's higher. It's like 5 to 6 months.
Is it?
Yep. So, so the inventories, but we don't have the demand right now.
I know.
That's the problem. So if we're still sitting at the 3 months, but it's still, you know what I mean? It's still not in favorable of the seller because there's no demand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a plentiful of buyers. So
Well, that's why it's kind of, it is kind of balanced to a degree, because there's buyers there, but there's also negotiation room. Like, you know what I mean?
there's some negotiations room on some for sure, but we're still seeing 97 to 98% list price to sale price. And yes, we're still seeing some lower ranges, right? Getting what? Let me clarify this bidding war, because everyone thinks, oh, bidding wars is way over market. It's not. Nothing is going over market value today. So take that off. Even a Burke call. You know what? If that was my listing, probably put it at 1.2. You're probably at 1.50.
It was, yeah, the issue is
Don't
it
even
was
want
kind
to.
of priced lower than the market to begin with.
Correct.
And the bidding war, nobody went crazy. People aren't
No,
going crazy high anymore.
no, that's what it was worth.
Yeah.
You know, so, and it was a nice property. So we don't see a lot of that again in higher ranges. You can get away with it on a good, on a, an area like that, a street like that. No, I should say area, street, right? Blue Water, another one. You can get away with it there. But if that was over on Madeline or, what's another one? Esther, good luck. That ain't happening.
No, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. So, or her stride, that isn't going to happen. So it has to be area specific for that. So, again, we're still seeing some,
Wait,
ranges.
you know what, Mark? It's not even necessarily area. It's almost street.
Street. Oh,
Like
100%.
Blue Water got that, but would Taylor get that?
Mhm.
And Burke Hall got that, but would Prince William Way get that?
No. And look at the one too. And this one sold in May. On Turner, came listed for 1.4 change. Kind of high. Went, well, kind of. I think it was again 1,425,000 or 50, whatever. And it sold for 1,382 or 92 within, you know, 10 days, 14 days, I think. Pretty decent price, 98% to list price, sale price. I didn't think they'd get that high. Big house, nice house, but there's a nice street, right?
That's the thing. It's not even necessarily,
Yeah.
sometimes even within the neighborhood. And
Yep.
this is kind of where you get sellers that they see one street over or two streets over sold for this. Well, I should get that.
I know. Yep. Yep.
Even the individual streets, the
Yep.
price changes.
Yep. I know. Um, I agree. And you see some streets, example like Taylor, nice street within that geographical area, within a kilometer radius, whatever, you could walk there in minutes. Average house, what? Let's call it 850 to 1.2. 1.2 is the high range. And then we seen one listed last week. We chatted about it for 1.3 and change. Nice house. Nice. We had a lot of great things, but the pricing was off. Right.
Yeah.
So if we talk about the one at Burkall selling for 1,165,000, a bungalow, Burkall's a nice street.
Well, and it's newer builds. It's a different builder. They're newer builds.
Yep. Yep.
And
Didn't have
a lot of them have the 9-foot ceilings, the open concept, and 5 minutes down the road, or not even, they don't have that.
No, no. So again, price it properly. get your agent or whatever, or whoever again, always get 3 or 4 people no matter what. Take that advice. Just don't get one to come in and give you an evaluation and go, I can get you 1.3 any day of the week. Because I can tell you 10 stories that falls down flat. People get hurt financially. People get the wrong information. Get 3 and don't go with the lowest. If someone can prove to that listing of that property should sell for say 850, and someone's going, I'll get you $1 million, but they've backed it up with all the comparables and 850 and took the time to spend with you. That's the agent to go with, not the $1 million one.
Well, you know, the other thing,
nowhere.
the other thing that you have to realize is if an agent comes in and promises you they're going to get you this amount of money, nobody should be promising anything.
You
You give a
can't.
range. There's got to be a range of
Right.
money. I don't know, and you don't know. There's houses, Mark. Let's be honest. How many times have we seen a house come up and we think, oh, they're never going to get that, and they do? How many times do we see ones that are really, really low and we think, oh my God, there's this bit, there's going to be a war and it's going to get this, and it doesn't.
Yep. Yep.
We don't know. Like, nobody can tell you exactly what you're going to get to the dollar.
No. And, there's so much apps out there. So I'm going to talk about house stigma where people should be looking at that. That's a great app. There's pros and cons with it, but you can pull up some solds. So I suggest the sellers do their own homework too.
Yes.
And make the real estate agents back it up. That's what I'd be doing if I was in the, okay, come give me 3 agents. Great. 1, 2, 3. I already know the valuation of my house before anyone walks in.
Yeah, I know.
I'll bullshit like that. So anyway, I think we covered off that flat market, more inventory. Let's see the sell through.
Yep.
See what happens. Even we've had crop weather too, right? Like it hasn't been a great start, the spring market. So
But we did see a little jump in the higher range sales.
yeah. Oh no, I know.
I was shocked. I told you, you're going to be shocked.
Yeah, I'm shocked about that. So, and we know when that's going to take off once we see some decreases, not quarter point. We need to see some, several.
But yeah, exactly. The quarter's going to do nothing.
Remember, folks, give it a follow. Got questions? Ask away.
Perfect.
Okay. See ya.
See ya.